Podcast Talk. Learn English naturally.
How to be disciplined.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Podcast Hub. I'm John.
And I'm Daniela. Thanks for joining us for today's powerful episode about one of the most important skills in life.
Today, we're talking about discipline, how to develop self-control, build consistency, and achieve the goals you set for yourself.
This is such a crucial topic because discipline is often the difference between people who achieve their dreams and people who just talk about them.
Exactly. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation is temporary and emotional. Discipline is permanent and practical.
And the good news is that discipline isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can develop through practice and the right strategies.
But before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, and comment below. So, let's start with the basics. Daniela, what exactly is discipline?
Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's choosing long-term benefits over short-term pleasure.
It's saying no to the easy path and yes to the path that leads to your goals. It's getting up early even when your bed is comfortable. It's going to the gym when you'd rather watch TV.
Right, and it's important to distinguish discipline from punishment. Many people think discipline means being hard on yourself, but it's actually about being consistent and committed.
Self-discipline is freedom, not restriction. When you're disciplined, you're free to pursue your goals without being controlled by momentary impulses or distractions.
That's a powerful reframe. So why is discipline so hard for most people?
Because our brains are wired for immediate gratification. We evolved to seek quick rewards and avoid discomfort. Discipline requires us to override those instincts.
We're essentially fighting our own biology. Our primitive brain wants comfort, pleasure, and ease right now. Discipline means telling that part of our brain, not right now.
Another reason discipline is hard is that we underestimate how much effort sustained change requires. People start with enthusiasm, then give up when they realize it takes consistent daily effort.
They want the results of discipline without the daily practice of discipline.
Exactly. So let's talk about how to actually build discipline. What's the foundation?
I think it starts with clarity. You need a compelling reason why you want to be disciplined. If your why isn't strong enough, you won't stick with it when things get tough.
Right. I should exercise isn't compelling, but I want to be healthy so I can play with my grandchildren and live independently in my old age. That's powerful.
Your why should be emotionally meaningful to you, not something you think you're supposed to want.
Once you have your why, the next step is to set clear, specific goals. Vague goals lead to vague results.
Instead of get in shape, say work out for 30 minutes 5 days a week for the next 3 months. That's specific, measurable, and time-bound.
Now, let's talk about one of the most important principles of discipline, starting small.
This is huge. Most people fail because they try to change too much too quickly. They want to completely transform their life overnight.
They decide to wake up at 5 a.m., work out for an hour, meditate, read for 30 minutes, eat perfectly, and be 100% productive, all starting tomorrow.
And by day 3, they've abandoned everything because it's overwhelming and unsustainable.
The better approach is to start so small that it feels almost too easy. Want to start exercising? Start with 5 minutes a day.
Want to start reading? Start with 1 page per day. Want to meditate? Start with 2 minutes.
The goal isn't to achieve massive results immediately. The goal is to build the habit, to prove to yourself that you can show up consistently.
And once that tiny habit is established, maybe after 2 weeks or a month, you can gradually increase it.
This is what James Clear calls habit stacking in his book Atomic Habits. You build new habits on top of existing ones.
Can you give an example?
Sure. You already brush your teeth every morning. That's an established habit. So you could say, after I brush my teeth, I will do 5 push-ups.
You're linking the new habit to something you already do automatically. This makes it much easier to remember and maintain.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about willpower and decision fatigue. This is crucial to understand.
Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired with use. Every decision you make throughout the day depletes your willpower slightly.
This is why it's so hard to resist that late-night snack even though you were perfectly disciplined all day. Your willpower has been depleted.
So what's the solution?
Reduce the number of decisions you need to make. Create systems, routines, and environments that make the disciplined choice the easy choice.
For example, if you want to eat healthy, don't keep junk food in your house. You're not relying on willpower to resist cookies. The cookies simply aren't there.
If you want to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. When you wake up, you don't have to decide or prepare. You just put them on.
This is what we call reducing friction. Make the good behavior as easy as possible and the bad behavior as difficult as possible.
Let's talk about the power of routines. Discipline becomes much easier when it's part of your routine.
Absolutely. When something becomes routine, it requires less willpower because it's automatic. You don't debate whether to brush your teeth, you just do it.
The goal is to make your disciplined behavior so routine that not doing them feels strange.
How do you build a routine?
Consistency is key. Do it at the same time, in the same place, in the same way, every day. Your brain loves patterns.
If you're going to write every day, write at the same time in the same spot. If you're going to exercise, do it at the same time each day.
After a few weeks, your body and mind will expect and even crave that activity at that time.
Now let's discuss the concept of eating the frog. What does that mean?
It's from a Brian Tracy book. The idea is to do your most difficult or important task first thing in the morning.
Why?
Because that's when your willpower is highest. If you procrastinate on the hard stuff, it hangs over you all day and drains your mental energy.
But if you tackle it first, you feel accomplished. You build momentum, and the rest of the day feels easier.
Plus, if you do the hard thing when you're fresh, you're more likely to do it well.
Now let's discuss dealing with failure and setbacks, because they're inevitable.
This is so important. You will have days when you break your routine, miss your workout, or eat the wrong foods. Everyone does.
The disciplined person doesn't beat themselves up or give up entirely. They simply get back on track immediately.
There's a concept called never miss twice. If you miss one day, that's okay, life happens, but never miss 2 days in a row.
One missed day is a blip. 2 missed days becomes a pattern of not doing it. 3 missed days becomes a habit of not doing it.
So, if you miss Monday's workout, you absolutely must do Tuesday's workout. No excuses.
And don't fall into the all or nothing trap. Just because you ate a cookie doesn't mean you should eat the whole box.
Right. That's like saying, I got a flat tire, so I might as well slash the other 3. It makes no sense.
Progress, not perfection. That should be the mantra.
Now, let's discuss the role of environment in discipline. Your environment shapes your behavior more than you realize.
If you work from home and your desk is next to your bed, it's going to be very hard to stay focused and avoid napping.
If you're trying to eat healthy, but your kitchen is full of chips and candy, you're fighting an uphill battle.
Design your environment to support your goals. Remove temptations, add helpful cues, make good choices the default.
If you want to read more, put books everywhere, on your nightstand, in your living room, in your bag.
If you want to drink more water, keep a water bottle with you at all times.
Your environment should make discipline easier, not harder.
Now let's talk about accountability. How does accountability help with discipline?
When you're accountable to someone else, you're more likely to follow through. We don't want to let others down, even if we're willing to let ourselves down.
You might skip the gym when no one's watching, but if you have a workout partner expecting you, you'll show up.
Ways to create accountability. Get a gym buddy, join a group with similar goals, hire a coach, tell your friends and family about your commitment.
Some people even post their goals on social media or bet money with friends. The public commitment creates pressure to follow through.
Another powerful accountability tool is tracking. What gets measured gets managed.
If you're trying to write every day, mark an X on a calendar for every day you write. Soon you'll have a chain of X's, and you won't want to break the chain.
Jerry Seinfeld famously used this method. He called it "don't break the chain."
Tracking also gives you data. You can see your progress, identify patterns, and adjust your approach.
Now let's discuss the importance of rest and recovery in maintaining discipline.
This might seem counterintuitive, but rest is essential for long-term discipline.
If you push yourself relentlessly without breaks, you'll burn out. Discipline requires energy, and energy requires rest.
Build rest into your routine. Take a rest day from exercise, have a meal where you eat what you want without guilt, take a day off from your side project.
Rest isn't failure. It's strategic recovery that allows you to maintain discipline long-term.
And adequate sleep is non-negotiable. When you're sleep deprived, your willpower plummets.
Studies show that lack of sleep affects your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and impulse control.
So, if you want to be disciplined, prioritize sleep. It's foundational.
Now let's discuss the role of identity in discipline. This is powerful.
Instead of saying, I want to run a marathon, say, I am a runner. Instead of, I want to eat healthy, say, I am a healthy person.
When you shift your identity, your behaviors follow naturally. You do what's consistent with who you believe you are.
If you see yourself as a healthy person, you don't need willpower to choose salad over fries. That's just what healthy people do.
Every action is a vote for the type of person you want to become. Every time you go to the gym, you're casting a vote for I am an athletic person.
Now let's discuss how to deal with temptation and distraction.
First, recognize that temptation will always exist. You can't eliminate it entirely.
But you can minimize exposure. If social media distracts you, delete the apps from your phone or use website blockers during work hours.
If certain friends always tempt you to skip the gym or break your diet, spend less time with them or meet them in contexts that support your goals.
When temptation does arise, use the 10-minute rule. Tell yourself you can have the thing you want, but you have to wait 10 minutes first.
Often, the craving will pass in those 10 minutes. Or you can use that time to do something that aligns with your goals instead.
Another technique is visualization. When you're tempted, visualize your future self and ask, will I regret this later?
Usually, the answer is yes, and that can give you the strength to resist.
Now let's talk about the concept of micro-disciplines, small acts of discipline throughout the day.
Discipline isn't just about big goals. It's also about small choices. Making your bed, washing the dishes immediately, putting things back where they belong.
These small acts of discipline build your discipline muscle. They create momentum and reinforce your identity as a disciplined person.
Plus, they create order in your environment, which supports focus and reduces stress.
Now let's discuss motivation versus discipline, because people often confuse them.
Motivation is an emotion. It's excitement, enthusiasm, desire. It comes and goes.
Discipline is a commitment. It's doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel.
You can't rely on motivation. Some days you'll feel motivated, other days you won't. Discipline is what carries you through the days without motivation.
Think of motivation as the spark that starts the fire. Discipline is the wood that keeps it burning.
Now let's talk about dealing with other people's lack of support or even sabotage.
When you start being disciplined and making positive changes, not everyone will support you.
Some people might mock you, tempt you, or even try to sabotage your efforts. This often happens because your change makes them uncomfortable about their own lack of change.
What do?
Set boundaries. Politely but firmly decline invitations or situations that don't support your goals. You don't owe anyone an explanation.
No thanks, I'm focusing on my health right now is a complete sentence.
And surround yourself with people who support your growth. Join communities of people with similar goals.
Your environment includes the people in it. Choose wisely.
Now let's discuss the power of self-talk in maintaining discipline.
The way you speak to yourself matters enormously. If you constantly say, I'm so lazy, or I have no willpower, you're reinforcing that identity.
Instead, use empowering self-talk. I'm becoming more disciplined every day. I keep my commitments to myself. I do hard things.
Even in moments of struggle, instead of, I can't do this, say, this is challenging, but I can handle it.
Your brain believes what you tell it. Make sure you're sending the right messages.
Now let's talk about celebrating wins, because this is often overlooked.
When you stick to your discipline, acknowledge it. Celebrate the small wins.
This doesn't mean eating a whole cake because you exercised, but do recognize your progress.
I've worked out 5 days in a row. I'm proud of myself. Or treat yourself to something that supports your goals, like new workout gear.
Celebration reinforces the behavior. Your brain associates the disciplined action with positive feelings, making you more likely to repeat it.
Now let's discuss systems versus goals. This distinction is important.
Goals are outcomes you want to achieve. Systems are the processes that lead to those outcomes.
Lose 20 pounds is a goal. Exercise 30 minutes a day and eat vegetables with every meal is a system.
Goals are useful for direction, but systems are what actually create change.
Focus on building systems, daily habits, and routines rather than obsessing over the end goal.
The goal is the direction. The system is the vehicle that takes you there.
Now, as we approach the end, let's do a practical exercise. Let's create a discipline plan for someone who wants to build a new habit.
Great idea. Let's say someone wants to start writing every day. How would we apply these principles?
First, clarify the why. I want to write a book to share my story and potentially help others who've gone through similar experiences.
Good. Next, start small. I will write for just 10 minutes every morning.
Stack it on an existing habit. After I pour my morning coffee, I will sit down and write for 10 minutes.
Reduce friction. I'll set up my laptop the night before, open to a blank document so it's ready to go.
Create accountability. I'll join an online writing group and post my daily word count.
Track it. I'll mark an X on my calendar every day I write.
Build in rest. I'll write 6 days a week with Sunday off.
Use identity. I am a writer. Writers write every day.
Perfect. That's a comprehensive discipline plan. Small, specific, supported by systems.
Now let's give our listeners some final thoughts and encouragement.
First, remember that discipline is a skill. Like any skill, you get better with practice. Don't expect perfection from day one.
Second, be patient with yourself. Building discipline takes time. You're rewiring your brain and building new neural pathways.
Third, focus on the process, not just the outcome. Find satisfaction in showing up and keeping your commitment to yourself.
Fourth, discipline is ultimately about self-respect. When you do what you say you'll do, you build trust with yourself.
Fifth, start now. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not January 1st. Now. The perfect time doesn't exist.
And finally, remember why you're doing this. Connect with your deeper purpose regularly.
Discipline is hard. No one will pretend otherwise. But it's the path to everything you want in life.
The pain of discipline is temporary and leads to pride and achievement. The pain of regret is permanent.
You have one life. You can spend it controlled by impulses and distractions, or you can take control and create the life you want.
And the beautiful thing is small acts of discipline compound over time. What seems insignificant today becomes transformative over months and years.
So start small, be consistent, and trust the process. You are more capable than you realize.
Thank you all so much for joining us on English Success Mindset today. We hope this episode has inspired and equipped you to develop stronger discipline.
Remember, you don't need to be disciplined in every area of life at all times. Pick one thing, master it, then add another.
If you found this episode valuable, please subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message.
And we'd love to hear from you. What's one area where you want to build more discipline? Share in the comments.
Until next time, stay committed, stay consistent, and keep building the life you want.
You've got this.